Welcome, welcome, welcome. So let's settle into a comfortable position. Whether you're lying down, whether you are sitting up, just checking that you are in a position that you can hold for the next 25 minutes or so. If you do need to move at any point, then rather than not moving and becoming completely distracted by how you're feeling in that position, just choose how you're going to change positions and mindfully do so. Nothing wrong with that at all. We will start as usual with one chime of the singing bowl, followed by 3 ohms. If you're comfortable with the ohms, feel free to join me. If you find it a bit esoteric, then feel free to skip it. If you have questions about the ohms, please feel free to send them my way. Again, I apologize for my rather croaky voice. I don't know what's going on with me in the mornings, but that's just how it is. Taking a deep breath in, excuse me, sighing it out. Full breath in. Breath in. Breath in. With your eyes gently closed, allowing yourself to fully arrive in this moment, on this morning. Whatever has preceded this morning, whatever has happened in the night, however your sleep was, allowing yourself to move into this moment with a full breath in and a full sigh out. Another 2 breaths like that, inhaling, lengthening the spine. Exhaling, releasing. And again. Settling into a natural rhythm of breathing where there's absolutely no attempt to control the flow of air in and out of your body. Just allowing your body to be breathed, allowing yourself to be breathed by your body. Becoming aware of the quality of your breath this morning. With no judgment, with no attempts to change it. Noticing whether your breathing is regular or irregular. Noticing whether your inhalations and exhalations are the same length or whether they differ. No judgment, no criticism, just impartial awareness as you watch your breath. Noticing where in your body you are most aware of your breath. Where can you rest your attention on the breath? Is it in the tips of your nostrils, feeling the air flowing in and the air flowing out? Is it in the back of your throat? Do you feel your breath most acutely in the expansion and the contraction of the rib cage? in the rise and fall of the belly with the breath. Watching your body breathe itself and resting the attention on one particular point where you're most aware of this miracle happening. And even as you rest your attention in a particular point or at a particular spot, noticing whether you are carrying tension in your shoulders, relaxing as you notice. Are you carrying tension in your jaw, softening the jaw? Are you carrying tension in the little muscles around your eyes and your mouth? If you are, just softening as you use your out breaths to practice inhabiting this moment, whatever it's holding for you, with a sense of ease. Bringing the attention back to that one point in your body where you are most connected with the process of breathing. Still no attempt to control your breath, just letting your body breathe. And even as you allow your body to breathe, seeing whether you can soften and soften and soften. So many things demanding your attention, internal, external, ring fencing this time that you have chosen to practice returning to the present moment. Committing to this short time of noticing when you are leaning into the future, of when you are dwelling in what's already been and gone in the past, noticing any accompanying physical sensations, any tensing up, any bracing. Not rushing back to the present moment without a sense of pushing away anything. It's rather a gentle acknowledgement of what is trying to pull you away from this moment. It's a recognition of patterns. What kind of things agitate your mind? What patterns in your body can you notice? Do you feel your tension most, that agitation, at a particular point in your body, or is it more a general sense of bracing? Noticing the interconnectedness of moving out of this moment, of feeling tension in your body, and noticing how you have the phenomenal power and ability to gently but firmly redirect your attention to the present moment. Using the in-breath to bring you back, perhaps. Using the out-breath to soften. And for the purpose of this sitting, resting your attention in that one particular point in your body where you are most aware of your breath. And if it's not enough for you to just rest the awareness on that particular point where you're feeling your breath, you can become really curious about your breath. Watching with interest to see when the next inhalation starts, and watching it all the way until that inhalation comes to an end. Noticing if there's a little pause between the inhalation finishing and the exhalation starting. Watching where that exhalation starts. And noticing where the exhalation finishes. Noticing if there's a little pause between the one breath being completed and the next one starting. Noticing whether you need to consciously take the next breath or whether your body does it for you. And noticing whether you've tensed up as you watch your breath with interest and curiosity. Perhaps having an inner smile at the paradox, the irony of holding tension as we try out a relaxation exercise. Softening into the final few minutes of this sitting, sitting completely at ease or lying completely at ease as you just watch your process with impartial awareness, repeatedly noticing when you have moved away from this moment, from this breath, noticing your pattern Where do you go? What kind of thoughts are you having? How do they make you feel in your body? Making a mental note of anything you don't want to lose, but then consciously, gently, firmly, repeatedly coming back to the next breath in, the next breath out, the next breath in, the next breath out. Joining me for one Om, breath in. Bringing your hands together with your eyes still closed and rubbing your hands together nice and vigorously. Generating some warmth through the friction. And then cupping your warm hands over your closed eyes. Opening your eyes into the warmth of your hands and rolling the eyes all the way up, all the way down, all the way right, all the way left, top right, bottom left, top left, bottom right, all the way up, all the way down, center forward, and gently releasing your hands. Namaste, everyone. Thank you for joining me. For those of you that maybe joined at the old time, and are feeling confused by what's going on, I made an announcement yesterday that we were going to be starting half an hour earlier moving forward. With my kids' school, homeschooling starting in earnest, I need to maximize the time I have with them in the morning. So we're starting at 7:30 and just sitting in meditation for half an hour. Thank you to everyone for joining me. And I think it's day 21 today of the South African lockdown. So in the original lockdown, this would have been our final day. We have, I think, 2 weeks ahead of us still, is that right? I've lost track. At any rate, one day at a time. It's a bit like with meditation. Thanks from Wales. Thanks, Lindy. We just take it one breath at a time. Sometimes if we think of sitting down for a meditation for an hour, it can be so completely overwhelming. But if we take it breath by breath, then often people comment on how the time just flies by. No problem, Nicole. Don't ever apologize. This is the beautiful thing about online, is that you don't disturb anyone. If you pop in and out while you're trying to find your new rhythm, I understand that. As long as it doesn't stress you out. Us all getting stressed out about finding our zen in the midst of a global pandemic. I mean, geez, on the one hand, it's amazing that we're doing this. On the other hand, I don't think it's ever been a more trying time to try and still the mind. People worrying about all kinds of things. Arena, real monkey mind. That's okay. That's part of the practice. There is this idea that Zen or meditation is all about calming your mind. That is a fortunate coincidence or kind of a byproduct of a meditation practice sometimes. Meditation practice is more about noticing what your patterns are and choosing your response. So if you found it exhausting and if you're constantly bringing yourself back, that's fantastic. We tend to see things as good or bad when actually, certainly when it comes to meditations, there's no such thing as a bad meditation. I say it all the time. So it's just a case of showing up. And when we show up with no expectation, we're not going to be disappointed. If we show up thinking, right, this morning I'm going to be super calm and serene, and then we find that we are in floods of tears or twitching or angry or distractible or irritable, we feel as if somehow we haven't done well. Thanks, Aneta. Where the simple act of showing up is the practice. That is what is so valuable. And developing the ability to prioritize your practice is phenomenal. Oh wow, what a trip this morning, sure. Wow. So if you ever feel like you want to sit for longer after we've sat together, I would invite you to just switch off your phone and just sit for a little bit longer. If you feel like you're really benefiting from that stillness, then take as long as you can. That's wonderful. Any questions? Did anything come up for anyone? Anyone notice any patterns? Any other insights? If there are any thoughts, if there's anything that anyone wants to flag at any point during the day, just send me a message and I'll be sure to get back to you. I wish you all a beautiful Thursday. Is it Thursday? It's Thursday. Day 21 of the South African lockdown. See you tomorrow morning at 7:30. Namaste.